everybody. So it is Thursday, and that means it's time for the next entry in my top 100 TV movies of all time list. We are now at numbers 90 through 81, and these are all really fun little movies, and I'd be curious to know for your thoughts. So let's get started. So my number 90 is probably lower on the list than a lot of other people would have it, but I have Brian's Song. This is kind of a TV movie classic. It stars James Caan and Billy D. Williams as football players who become friends. Obviously, one is black and one is white, and they I don't know, develop this kind of bromance between each other, and then Brian gets sick. This is a true story, and yeah, it's a good movie. It's well acted, but I found it kind of boring for the first part because it's just very bro-tastic, and I don't know, it just men. I don't know. It just didn't really engage me for a lot of it. And then once he gets sick, then of course it's sad. But it's a good movie. I don't know. I felt like all the bro-tastic moments leading up to him getting sick, just I don't know, didn't really click that well with me. But it's definitely worth watching for sure. So that I have at 90. Number 89, I have The Hearts of Christmas. This is a Hallmark movie, but it's a really cute one. It stars Amelia Ullerup as this nurse, and she is a neonatal nurse, and she gets a new boss played by Christopher Poloha, who is super charming, and he's in some really good Hallmark movies, and he's in the Dater's Handbook with Meghan Markle, and he's just really funny. He doesn't take it too seriously. He's just really charming. He plays this new boss, and it's really untypical that you have in a Hallmark movie usually business is the villain, but here you have the love interest is the head of business, and he's making all these cuts and stuff, and so it's about kind of how he learns and they learn, and she kind of learns that he's just doing his job, and it's pretty well done, I think, as far as that. It's a pretty cute romantic comedy, and it has Kimberly Sustad in it and supporting work, who's always great, and the overall sort of message about her boss is going to get fired, and they're very upset about that, and what are they going to do, and there's some really cute little moments of them getting to know each other, and her kind of understanding that he's not like evil, and him kind of coming to see her point of view as a nurse, and how he has to look at something more than just dollars and cents. And so I like this one a lot. So Hearts of Christmas I have at 89. At 88, I have another Christmas movie called The Instruments of War. This was actually made by BYU TV last year, and it's really a moving story. This group of World War II soldiers that are put in this prisoner of war camp, and of course they're very, very miserable at first, and in order to try to keep them going, one of the mans, Claire Klein, starts making a violin, and he's a violin maker, and his goal is to be able to play music at Christmas. And so he starts putting the collecting all the different pieces he needs to make a violin, and you even get some of the guards kind of involved at a certain point, and they're using things like the table, and it's pretty incredible. And when they finally do start to play that violin, it's pretty moving, and it is a true story, and they have the violin, I think, in the Smithsonian, if I'm not mistaken. So it's pretty cool. The whole cast does a very good job, and it's actually not really all that religious. It's just a moving story about people that found music in a way to create music in a tough time. So it's a good one. Instrument of War. Number 87, talk about totally different, but also Christmas. I have The 12 Men of Christmas. This is a really fun little movie starring Kristen Chenoweth. This is for Lifetime. And she is this PR lady who loses her job because of sort of scandal. She loses her boyfriend, and she ends up going to Montana, to this small town outside Glacier National Park. And she finds she needs to do some publicity, try to get people to come visit. And she also wants to earn some money for the search and rescue guys. So she starts up this calendar, and her trying to convince all of these guys to be in the calendar is pretty fun. And Josh Hopkins plays kind of the stick in the mud, and he's really charming, and they have a really good chemistry. And of course, they hate each other at first, but turns out they really do like each other. And it's just really charming and funny and sweet. And I like Anna Chlumsky in this. She's fun as her assistant. She has a crush on this guy. It's kind of similar to the manicurist sort of plot line in Legally Blonde, kind of, where they just keep sort of looking at each other and not really doing anything. And it's just really cute. So I enjoyed 12 Men of Christmas at 87. Number 86, I have The Jetsons Meet the Flintstones. This is pretty fun. This, through various contrivances, this time machine that Elroy Jetson invents, they go back in time and they meet the Flintstones, and it's pretty great. You've got Mel Blanc and the whole original cast that are back, and it's funny and sweet and got your great animation. And this was made in 1987. And if you like either of these, then I think you'll really enjoyed it. And it's and they do a good job kind of making some jokes about sort of current culture. They're obviously the 80s, but there's some funny in-jokes and some funny jokes about both franchises. It goes with the sort of whole idea that Hanna-Barbera loves, is these crossovers for some reason. So this is like Infinity War before it became cool. Crossover event. So The Jetsons Meet the Flintstones at number 86. Number 85, I have another Hallmark Christmas movie. This is called Love at the Thanksgiving Day Parade. This is really, really cute. It's from 2012, and it stars Autumn Reeser, who is one of the best of Hallmark. She is just very charismatic, very bright, very bubbly, very sweet. And she plays this woman who is in charge of the Thanksgiving Day Parade in Chicago, and she's of course very proud of that. And like typically in Hallmark movies, if there is going to be a woman in the city, then yeah, she either needs to be like a window designer or like planning in a parade of some kind, like something very festive. That's the only way. Otherwise the city just like rots the soul. But Antonio Cupo, who is one of my favorites, you'll see him a number of times on this list. He comes in, and he's the consultant who's gonna put the parade in tip-top shape. And of course they hate each other first, and they start to get to know each other, and of course sparks fly. It's very predictable, but it's very sweet, and they have good chemistry, and it's delightful. So there you go. 84, I have The Divas Christmas Carol, and this is from VH1, and it is so much fun. It stars Vanessa Williams as this singer who's like this diva, and everyone kind of hates her, and she's really terrible to her assistant. Of course, just typical Scrooge. But they do some really creative stuff that makes it a lot of fun. With the different angels and everything like that, and of course, the music is really good because Vanessa Williams can sing, and they have some creative things that you don't see in typical Christmas Carol versions, like for instance that Cratchit and the Scrooge character in here, she have like a relationship, and obviously because it's typically not a man and a woman, typically don't have that. And I think the way that actually ends up working out, because he's now married and has children, is like kind of surprising actually, and it's not a typical rom-com kind of route. Like Kathy Griffin as the Ghost of Christmas Past. She's very funny. And I really like the way that they do Future. I won't spoil it for you, but it was very clever, very creative. And it's, I don't know, if you like Scrooged with Bill Murray, I think this is like pretty close. Like it's pretty similar. It's pretty funny. And I don't know. It's very enjoyable. So check it out. Let me know what you think if you see A Diva's Christmas Carol. And that's at 84. Number 83, I have Darrow and Darrow. And this is a legal courtroom drama series that's really charming. They now have 2, and both of them are very good for Hallmark movies and mysteries. Darrow and Darrow are both attorneys. He's a defense attorney, she's a prosecutor, and she is working at her father's firm. Her mother, played by Wendy Malick, was kind of left and sort of abandoned the family years before, so they're just starting a reconciliation. They're really great together. Wendy Malick is great. Ashley Williams is great as Claire, and you have Tom Cavanaugh, who I love, who's so charming, and they have this building romance, which is super cute and super well done. And then the case in this one is pretty clever. It's pretty enjoyable, and I like this kind of courtroom drama more than I like the mystery shows, mystery drama, and the witty banter is very well done. And I really think this is one that even if you don't like the typical Hallmark thing, I think you'll like this one. I really do, because it's a really engaging, sweet, well done courtroom drama. So courtroom drama / comedy. I don't know how you 82. I have Great Expectations. This is from the BBC. This was 2011. It stars Douglas Booth as Pip, and it has the great Gillian Anderson as Miss Havisham. And I love the story of Great Expectations. I think it is so surprising. It is so creative. I never know exactly where it is going, even after I've already read it. Like it sucks me in, and I find it very creative. You have Ray Winstone in here playing Magwitch, Vanessa Kirby, who we just saw in Mission Impossible Fallout, as Estella. And it's a really well done, beautifully filmed, has a cool, different sort of dark style to it. Of course, all the costuming is perfect. And it's really interesting because Gillian Anderson as Miss Havisham, she's kind of like a ghost almost. She sort of feels like if you touch her, she's going to disintegrate. She does it's sort of waif-like, which she feels very fragile, which is an interesting take on Miss Havisham. And I don't know, I just really love this story, and I love the style of this movie, and I love the acting. I think it's very, very, very well done. So there you go. Great Expectations. I have at 82. Number 81, I have another Hallmark movie called Eat, Play, Love. And this one was from last year. It was so cute. Stars Jason Cermak this was his first sort of leading role, but he totally nailed it. It was really good. He plays this veterinarian who is running this clinic, but he also kind of does a little sort of matchmaking on the side, which is super cute. And he has sort of matched up Lindsay Wagner and Lee Majors together, which is so fun. You have the $6 million man and the bionic woman together, and they were so charming and so cute. And Jen Lilly, who I love, she plays this doctor named Carly, this veterinarian, and she comes back home that she had a crush on Jason Cermak's character growing up, but she was always so too nerdy, and she has all these super nerdy glasses and different things like that. And I think what makes this movie like so charming is that she does the whole makeover thing and everything. And like what I love is she's just like super bad at being pretty, and she's just terrible. She's like falling, and she can't. She's terrible at wearing heels and stuff like that. And she's trying to not use her glasses. And And the thing is he likes her better as the nerdy girl, which is kind of refreshing. I feel like most romantic comedies, it's like, ooh, like Princess Diaries or something like that. You get the makeover. No, look, she's so much prettier. But that's not what they did here. Is she is actually prettier as herself, which I appreciate. And of course, there's lots of cute dogs in this because they're both veterinarians, and he does a show that's for dog adoption and stuff. And so there's lots of cute doggies, and it's just really cute. And so Eat, Play, Love, I really enjoyed. Kristen Will Wolf is one of the best directors that Hallmark has right now. And it's really cool because Hallmark is actually like using a lot of female directors. I don't know, doesn't really get a lot of credit for that, but it is true that they're getting a lot of female writers and a lot of female directors. So it's pretty cool. So there you go. That is my 81 in my ranking of TV movies. So we have, for this one, we have Bryant's Song at 90. We have Hearts of Christmas at 89. We have Instruments of War at 88. We have 12 Men of Christmas at 87. The Jetsons Meet the Flintstones at 86. We have Love at the Thanksgiving Day Parade at 85. The Divas Christmas Carol at 84. Daru and Daru at 83. Great Expectations at 82. And Eat, Play, Love at 81. So those are some really good movies. I think you've got some sad movies, you've got some inspirational movies, you have some classics in Great Expectations, some cute rom-coms, you've got your animation with the animation crossover at Jetsons Meet the Flintstones. So lots of variety there on that list. I think if you watched all 10 of these movies, you'd have a pretty good time. So that's my opinion. So let me know what you think if you've seen any of these. And yeah, thanks so much. Please subscribe to my channel. I'll talk to you later.